Everyone used to tell me they were evil, but I didn't believe them.
Yeah, friends, come on. I said, dude, that's creepy. Some of the scariest movies that I've ever seen had dolls in them. They were haunted little dolls or murderous little dolls, demonic dolls, whatever kind of dolls you're talking about. Dolls have always been very, very scary for me in movies. It started a long time ago with Child's Play, right? Actually, I think it started with Poltergeist. There was a little clown doll under the bed that kind of freaked me out bad when I was a kid. Then it was Chucky or Child's Play that the movie played. And then nowadays, dolls still freak me out, but the last representation of a doll that really, really scared me is in the Conjuring series with Annabelle. That was some really, really creepy movies and stuff. So today, I Am More Scary Tales has a haunted doll horror story animation that we're gonna react to. Make sure to head on over to his channel, guys. Click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and if you like reaction videos like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel as well. Let's get into the animation. Haunted doll story.
Weird things started happening to me about a year ago.
Okay.
I moved into a new unit in Brisbane and got my porcelain dolls back from my mother's place.
Alright.
I've had the dolls since I was 5 years old.
Okay.
Everyone used to tell me they were evil, but I didn't believe them.
Yeah, friends, come on. I said, dude, that's creepy. Listen, I had a friend that his mom collected porcelain dolls. And there was a few little, I think they're called Precious Moments style dolls that I had when I moved in with my wife. And they've always been a little creepy to me. You know, I've never been like too scared to stay at someone's house because they had porcelain dolls. But it is a creepy collection to have, I guess, just based on the stigma and the way it looks like they're looking at you and stuff. And I don't want this to come off as sexist, but traditionally, I've never met a man that collected porcelain dolls before. So I can understand if people were a little bit creeped out by this collection.
Anyway, I put the 7 dolls away in a box and left them in the spare room.
Okay.
I then began having nightmares, starting with 1 or 2 a week.
Uh-oh.
After a little while, they started to occur almost every night. I've never experienced nightmares like this in my entire life.
God dang.
These were full-on extreme night terrors. I didn't understand what was going on and was exhausted all the time from lack of sleep.
Wow.
I then started hearing some kind of scratching noise coming from inside the closet.
Okay.
Or from just outside my room late at night. Never during the day. At the time, I thought it might be a mouse. These things happened for a couple of months.
Right.
One time, I was sitting in the lounge room, watching TV.
Okay.
When all of a sudden I saw 2 small red eyes on the side of my cat's body when he was standing on my lap.
Are you seeing stuff now, or is the sleep thing getting to you? You know, like, so night terrors, I've had my share of night terrors just like everybody else has. Nothing really extreme, nothing, you know, nothing remarkable about them, just an occasional bad dream or nightmare that really scared or freaked me out, you know, and every once in a while just having weird ones. My wife will tell me that I often, she wakes me up when I'm doing it, but it's like a muffled scream in my sleep, like, you know what I mean? Like that I'm panicking while I'm asleep. That's when I'm having a bad dream. She'll wake me up. Daniel, wake up. You're having a bad dream, you know? And she'll not snap me out of it. And I'll be like, oh, thank you for waking me up. My wife sleeps pretty light compared to I do, but I've never experienced or knew anybody that experienced these kind of night terrors that they had trouble sleep. But I've known quite a few insomniacs, and I gotta tell you, sleep deprivation is very real, and it can play very bad tricks on your mind. Everything from paranoia to even mild schizophrenia. Like, there'll be different people. Like, if they get sleep deprived enough, it's basically going insane. It's crazy, man.
They were just staring at me. I looked behind me to see where it was coming from, and saw nothing but a blank wall. I looked back, and the eyes were still looking at me.
So it's like a reflection?
Then they slowly faded away.
Okay.
I always felt a strange, uncomfortable presence in the house, but I wasn't sure if it was because I had just moved in on my own
Right.
and was scaring myself, or if it was something else. I think I used to make excuses for everything, so I didn't think I was going crazy.
Okay.
On another occasion, I was lying in bed and had the outside hall light on when I saw a murky, dark shadow come across the ceiling and into my room.
Oh my gosh.
And then it disappeared. The last thing that happened before I spoke to someone about the weird events was when I saw a demonic-looking face in the reflection of the base of my
Oh
lamp.
my gosh.
It was staring at me. The thing had dark circles as eyes, and it wasn't clear like a human face.
Right.
It was definitely a face.
If it's not sleep deprivation, everything that he's starting to see has a demonic representation, right? It kind of does, like the redness of the eyes, the fact that there's the dark circles under the eyes and stuff. Like this is kind of feeling like a demon is trying to possess him, right? Like just the way that these things are manifested. From what I know, like I'm no demonologist or anything, you know. This is from the movies that I've watched and from the stories that I've heard and the things that I've been told. It feels like there's a demon that's trying to possess him. Either that or he's just going crazy because he ain't slept in forever.
I turned off the light and ignored it, and went back to sleep. I eventually spoke to a lady at work, a Jehovah's Witness,
Okay.
about everything that happened. She told me that I had something in my house that was causing the problems.
All right.
I didn't fully believe it was the dolls at the time, but I ended up throwing them out in the industrial bin that weekend.
You saw how he had the hood on? Like he was like, I don't want nobody to catch me doing this. Like I'm freaking out or whatever. But that's the start of a good horror movie. It's like somebody's walking around and they see something in a trash can that looks like a suitcase that didn't even open. So they approach it and they open it up and they see some porcelain dolls and they think to themselves, man, I bet you these are some collector's items in here that I could sell. And they take it home, and that's how the horror movie starts, you know?
Because something needed to happen to make this stop. The dolls were worth hundreds of dollars, but I wasn't risking it. That night, I had an extreme nightmare about them.
Wow.
The dolls were at my nan's house, where they had been originally, and they had killed my cat.
What?
In the dream, I found his body in the kitchen sink. My cat is still alive now, but I always check on him to make sure he's safe.
Right.
It's been over 9 months now, and since getting rid of the dolls, I've had no nightmares, no weird noises, and no feelings of
It
another
had to be
presence.
the dolls then.
I feel stronger and healthier, and I always pray from time to time, asking the Lord to protect me and my cat. Everything stopped after I threw out those dolls. Now I know not to ignore things and to become more in touch with my spiritual side.
I mean, if you feeling some bad stuff, you should definitely do something about it. You know, whatever that you do. You know, I pray, but if you are feeling tormented by something, you need to talk to someone or do something about it. I mean, you're in control. You know what I mean? We are in control of our own lives. The only thing we can either do is we can either take a stand and do something about the way that we feel or our own situations, or just be a victim, you know, and that ain't no good. You know, roll up your sleeves, get mad at it, and do something about it. I'm glad this guy did it, but man, being tormented by something like that in the house, you know, I'm too hokey. I don't like any of them crazy antique collectible stuff that's creepy. I had a friend growing up that had these paintings in his house, you know, these black and white oval, you know, paintings that had like the glass bubble on top that gave some like some magnification to the subject, depending on what, you know, which direction you looked at it from or whatever. And these were really creepy paintings. I'm talking about like the old black and white portrait style paintings where the eyes looked like they were watching you and they'd follow you. I would never have something like that in my house, guys. Never. It's just me. I don't like to be creeped out by stuff like that. Much rather just watch it here on the tubes. Anyway, guys, I hope y'all really enjoyed this story. I am more Scary Tales. Make sure to check them out right here, as well as some other horror animations that you might like right here, guys. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off, and we'll see you next time.
Break it down.